Talking with Ivy Gray here at the ABI Tech Show. Who are you, Ivy, and what do you do?
So, my name is Ivy Gray. I'm a practicing attorney, and I am also the creator of American Legal Style for PerfectIt, which is a legal-specific proofreading program for lawyers that runs within Microsoft Word. It's just like spell check in terms of running right from the ribbon and guiding you through the errors. The thing that makes it different is that it finds 13,000 legal-specific corrections that I personally chose and programmed in myself, drawing from the Blue Book, the Red Book, Butterick on typography, Black's Law Dictionary, everything from terms of art that should be capitalized or italicized to commonly transposed letters in terms of art. So the difference between a Burton error and a Bruton error, no legal secretary is going to find that, and neither is Microsoft Word. But we will find that for you.
How did you get into this? I mean, how long have you been practicing?
So I've been practicing 10 years.
Okay. What type of work?
Corporate bankruptcy. I do distressed M&A, and then I litigate around the edges for mostly about lien priority.
Okay. And the adversarial, if I 20 years ago from doing adversarial proceedings in bankruptcy?
Yes.
So how'd you get this idea to do this? I mean, what happened? How'd you do it? How'd you launch it?
Okay, so PerfectIt actually has been in existence since 2009.
Okay.
And it was a general purpose program. And my friend Daniel, who is the CEO and founder of PerfectIt, was bugging me to try it. And I said, I don't need it, I'm perfect.
Right.
And he said, yeah, right. But I ignored him for a while. And finally, I did my LLM dissertation. And the day after I defended, he convinced me to try it by saying, I bet you a bottle of your favorite high-end scotch that if you run this on your dissertation, you'll find errors. And I said, I don't believe you, you're on. So I ran PerfectIt on my dissertation that I'd already turned in.
Really?
So it's too late to do anything. And guess who lost that bet?
Yeah.
That would be me. So I couldn't leave well enough alone, and I said to Daniel, this program is really amazing, but it would be even better if it were made specific for lawyers, because lawyers use words differently. And most programs don't recognize how we use words. So if we say in arrears, Microsoft will always change it to in areas, and that makes no sense in the context of what we're doing.
So that's why when you were laughing at me doing the spell check immediately, because
Exactly.
I mean, or it's autocorrect. It's going in to create words that I don't want.
Right. So it will look for those sorts of things, errors that are introduced in dictation programs or talk to text, or even just using Microsoft Word's built-in program too quickly. So Word doesn't believe that decedent is really a word. So it will change every instance of decedent to descendant. And that's a problem because one's alive, one's dead, and it will change all of the meaning of what you were writing. But we will actually ask you, did you really mean to use that word, and it'll find it for you.
And how does the solution work? I'm assuming it's not local network based, it's got to be web based. So are you uploading a document to it? Is it
no, so it's a Microsoft Word add-in.
Okay.
It runs right from the ribbon.
Okay.
Right now, our product is an install only.
Okay.
You don't upload anything. We never see your documents. Right. We are moving to the cloud, but it runs within Office 2016 and Office 365. So again, you're not giving us your documents. Right. There are no security concerns. We never see what words you're using. It just scours your document just like Word would.
Okay, so you're not collecting data.
No, we're not collecting any data. People often want to know, well, how do users use it? What are the most common errors? And on one hand, it would be great to know, but we don't know because we stay out of your business. So we leave that for you.
So as far as your role being a practicing lawyer and doing this, how are you juggling your time between and being the lawyer?
I am very fortunate because I have a really flexible role with PerfectIt, and I also have a very flexible role with my firm that I helped to start.
Okay.
And so I spend about 50% of my time in each, usually a week on, a week off. And, you juggle it around court dates. And to be honest, I mean, not to pat my own back, but also to pat my own back, is that I save so much time now with the proofreading that I have more time to do other things.
Very cool.
And I can stop that compounding cycle of exhaustion that forces law practice into the weekend for most people. So I usually get to avoid that.
Very good. And all located is PerfectIt based in Chicago?
No.
Or where?
So I'm in Chicago, and Daniel splits his time between London and New York. And
really?
It's actually a UK-based company.
How often do you get to go to London?
I never get to go.
That's
Daniel saves some fun things for himself. and I, worry about the blue book.
So the only thing I regret was missing coming for, was it Scotch?
Scotch and donuts.
Scotch and donuts, because I had other commitments. But it's exciting what you're doing. I think I probably met either via LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
So I'm active on social media.
Yeah, and I don't know that other companies realize how powerful that is. Here I am just walking around, and for LexBlog, we want to make sure we're shining a light on certain companies that we think are doing cool stuff, and we can do an interview like this and get it out. Justin and I are walking around. I'm going, I really don't feel like talking to people I don't know.
Right.
I walk over here, the only way I know you is through Twitter.
Right.
Mostly Twitter.
Yes.
And I go, Ivy's face is really familiar. It looks, this is a company, I know this person.
Yep.
Other companies don't realize what they're missing by not using social
so
media.
True. And so I was in PR for 10 years before I became a lawyer.
Right.
So I do understand the value of getting your name out there, but it was definitely pre-internet era.
Right.
And so it was Tim Barron from Good to Be Social who convinced me that I had to tweet. And typical lawyer in me, I resisted everything.
Right.
And when I finally got out there, I found a really great community, and it has propelled the product, propelled even my name on the individual level.
So what would you tell other entrepreneurs about doing that? I mean, they're looking at you and going, well, I don't have the time to do that.
Oh, no. You develop a voice and start small, commit to 5 minutes every single day, and as you engage with people and start to learn their personalities and the things that they care about, your engagement will grow, and you won't spend a ton of time, but you'll probably spend an hour or two of impactful time on Twitter and social media each day, and it changes the sales and it changes your reputation. People trust you, and in law, trust is everything.
Yeah, people have no idea how true that is. Law is the trust and relationship business. It's everything. And
exactly.
You break it down because people know you and they trust you. When you first started, you said, okay, now I'm going to start to use Twitter. What did you do? I mean, what did that mean? Did you start to follow people or look up? What did you do?
So Tim had a list of the top people to follow on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
I followed all of those people. And then anybody who wrote an article that I liked, I looked for them on Twitter, and I followed them too. And I specifically searched for articles that were engaging to me and that spoke to me about things that I knew and cared about. And then I would share them on Twitter with some level of discussion about them.
Insight, commentary.
Right, so just sharing a link doesn't really do anything for people, or simply retweeting but not engaging doesn't help you. That's really one directional. It feels like you're shouting, and people want to have a conversation. So find an article that you care about, find your angle, say something about it, put it out there, and then engage with people about it. Tag somebody that you care about, that you want to start a conversation with, and it just all flows from there. The community is wonderful.
How long ago did you start doing that?
December 2016. So
think about that. Ago. So we're less than 18 months.
Right.
I know you well. Bob Ambrosi knows you well.
Yes.
There's people here that would know you. There's people that you know. And other people are out saying, well, we got to make sure that we get to 80 zillion shows. Mm-hmm. We got to hire, this marketing company or this PR company. But yet they're executives or evangelists or people like yourself that are out as a face. They're not doing it. And what you said there about adding the comment, because if I write something and somebody just shares it, okay. But if somebody actually engages the piece, it looks like they read it, they have a take.
Yes.
The love you're feeling is like, wow, somebody listened, and then I might respond.
Yes,
I'm definitely going to like what you said, but more than likely I'm going to say something back.
Right.
So it's almost like being at a networking event among some would you call it very good people or receptive?
Good people, good receptive community. And you have to also give love to get love. When I write articles, I usually bring in somebody else's. Either if they've said something before, I make sure to attribute it to them if I'm building off of it. If I found someone else's product that I really like, I make sure to include them in my writing, and I list a lot of options. It's not just me.
Right.
It's got to be consultative, where we're building solutions together, rather than me just trying to shove my product down your throat, because that doesn't bring people in. So awesome.
That's No, it's so true, and I try to tell people that, and they look at me I'm like, you don't understand, I'm a very busy person. No. You're going to be busier having to push your product out.
If you spend 15 minutes actually caring about somebody and engaging in a real way, it's going to give you more than spending 10 hours of just shouting about yourself. And nobody wants to hear somebody who's just shouting about themselves. Like, that's what family dinners are for.
Well, thank you very much. This was great.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, Kevin.
It was great.